Nishafinya.
Kai tuko live.
Hello everyone. Anita, hello. Thanks for coming.
Hii haina.
Mm. I'm sorry guys, I've kept you waiting. I'm sorry guys, I've kept you waiting. Wamboi Jane, welcome. Guys, to those who can share me out, please do. Please share me out. Tupike hata 5. Anita, are you still there? Ama Tabi, we are alone. Is anybody there? Anita, Wamboi Jane.
Anita and Wamboi Jane. Mi nikifanya kwa comments na natokaga kwa screen.
Ah, I'll be
Unless
highlighting them.
on a laptop, but leo siitumii. So how are you?
Me, I'm good. I'm so happy. I had your hack from the YouTube Shorts hack from. I've forgotten the name. Is it Cecilia?
Carl something.
Yeah, from Cecilia and somebody else yesterday. Oh, whose live was that? So I thought of trying. Wait.
What is the hack? I think I missed that one.
Yeah, about doing YouTube Shorts. They add views and also subscribers very fast. Now the funny thing, usually know who has subscribed to your channel. You usually get a notification, but I've only got for one person, and yet I've seen more than 10 people.
No, you will see if they are a public subscriber. If they're not public subscriber, you will not see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. Hello, Lobito. Please share me out. Who has a community tab here? Anita. Anita has one. Guys, today we're going to be talking.
But how can I share you?
We are together online.
I don't know how I can share you on my community. Me, I normally don't have views so much. So maybe let me try on my other phone. Let me try.
Lobito is saying hello, host and co-hosts. Hello, Lobito. Thank you so much. These are my premier gang. I've seen also Wamboi, you're growing. That is so good.
Wamboi Jane.
Yeah, she's growing so well, and also Lobito.
Wamboi Jane, Hannah, she doesn't have a lot of videos. I watched all her videos yesterday.
Even me, I've watched, and also for Lobito, but Lobito now I'm watching with another one. Dear Queenette, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Guys, I've shared a link, a StreamYard link, because the topic of today, we want interaction from all communities. We want to hear all sides. Also from Nigeria, we need to hear. Anita, Queenette. Lobito, no, you're not late. You're not late. You're on time. You've just started right now. I'm so sorry. Where are you feeling sick? Yes, Queenette, you need also to talk with us. You can use the link that we have shared above there for StreamYard and join us. We also want to know about Nigeria, marriage in Nigeria, how we usually do it. So Tabi.
Nah, I'm trying to share your link.
Ah,
You're live.
Lobito, where are you feeling sick? Where are you feeling sick? Please, guys, don't forget to put thumbs up.
Yeah, I've shared you.
Mm, thank you, thank you. Please share me out, Queenette. I saw you also have a community tab. Please share me out. Lobito ni mgonjwa wapi? Oh,
Queenette.
so sorry. I don't know if I can.
Lobito, when did you start nose bleeding? We were chatting today in the afternoon. Sorry for that. Quick recovery.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Mm. So sorry
Good.
for that. So Queenette, you can join. You can join the live stream if you are able to on your side. I've pinned the link. I think from the top. Yes, the first chat. You can join.
Give me
Lobito
that.
from yeah.
At Mark, that hack is to do what? So that the video can go.
No, they were talking about shorts, YouTube shorts. They were saying they help so much in what in giving in raising your watch hours
Did you
and
put
also views.
tags? Did you
Huh?
put tags? Do you put
Tags?
tags?
No.
Tag. You
What
just
do you mean with tags?
ile hashtag.
Yeah. I've kept hashtags. Yeah, like 5.
Ah,
I don't know
that's
if they
good.
usually work, but that is something that I've started to try. There's
That's
somebody new in the house. Tiny Twist Resin Creations. Hello. You are new in my house? That is Lobito. No, I wanted to pin this one. Tiny Twists. Please subscribe to my channel. Welcome. Thumbs up, please. Mm-hmm. Lobito,
so.
say me. Let me.
Pole Lobito.
Mhm.
Get well soon.
Queenette, okay.
Hello, Amboy Jane. Hello too. Let me chat then.
So, Tabi, as I was looking about Kikuyu marriages, the way they
Mm-hmm.
usually go, um, we usually do it in the first thing that I noticed is
Yeah.
that we usually give out 99 goats. That a
99.
woman, yeah, that a woman is equivalent to 99 goats.
Hey, mimi
Um,
sijailetewa kama hizo. I've never seen somebody receive so much.
mhm. That is what they used to do in the traditional time.
In the
Yeah,
traditions.
but
Yeah.
until now, there are some people who still keep traditions. So they
Mm-hmm.
used to give 99 goats, and 99 goats are equivalent to a woman. Me, I think that is cheap.
How
You can
much?
being
How much
compared
is
to
one goat?
99 goats.
How
I don't
much is
know.
one goat right now? Like maybe it's 2,000,
Mm,
3,000.
you
Now times
multiply by
99.
99. That is so cheap. I had a cheap. Ooh.
Embu, I have to do that calculation. I
Mhm.
see how much we are worth.
To the people who are home, how much is one goat?
Maximum, let's say 3,000.
Mm. 3,000, I think seven. With the
7.
economy right now, yeah.
7,000.
Yeah,
Okay, if it's 3,000, that is 297,000
that is cheap.
Kenya shillings.
That is
Well,
so
it's
cheap.
not cheap.
It is cheap. Can you imagine the way your parents have paid for your fees from the time you were born? They should appreciate you properly. I think that's too little.
But do you
On my
think men
side,
can
that is.
afford? Can afford more than, like, how much can they afford? I don't know. I've never been told dowry, so I don't know how much they charge.
The vitu niweza mapema. Wait, let me highlight this text.
Can they pay for like 300K, 500,000
Mm,
for dowry, like at once? Maybe if you say in bits.
mm,
Dowry is not what they say. It's not like a one-time thing. There
yeah.
is the one you pay before, after. No, before wedding, they go three
Hmm.
times. They
Yeah.
come to your family 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And every time they come, they leave something. Every time
Yeah.
they come, they leave something. After
Yeah.
wedding, kuna ile tena inaitwa
Mm,
kuhagira iduke. I don't know how it's said in English. You know that one?
yeah.
Yeah, like dowry is not a one-time thing.
Yeah, I
It's
think
mm,
if you planned to marry somebody, then you should plan the whole process if you know that person's background. So when it comes to that time, you don't tell me you don't have money because I want my
Aya,
parents to be
Purity, how much have
appreciated.
you been paid for? I should follow
Not
your
yet,
ways.
not yet. That's why I'm highlighting. Somebody should get prepared as early as now.
For me, I think dowry is
Mm?
not a, like, it's not, I don't want somebody to pay for me like 500,000 and come and treat me like a property in his house,
That's
because
why. Yeah.
I'm for the male gender, because he has also been raised.
Yeah.
I am a mom of a boy, so I have to kuatetea. I don't want to sell everything to pay for somebody's dowry.
Mhm.
For my son's dowry. So
Yeah.
I think, when it comes to love,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in tradition, they had to pay, like, your family, your parents have to
Yeah.
prepare. But right now, if you look at, like, our parents, and I tell my parents that, like, a boy's parent, that they need to bring for us 500,000, they will
Mm-hmm.
feel like, and maybe they cannot afford, and maybe the boy, we are starting a life. I
Yeah.
don't want us to sell everything or all
Mm-hmm.
his saving to go to my family, and
Mm-hmm.
then I come to start from scratch. He better not pay, and I can raise my kids peacefully and, in a comfortable way,
Yeah.
instead of him paying all his savings, everything, selling what he has to afford
Mm-hmm.
my dowry, and
Yeah.
then we come to start from scratch. You understand?
Yeah.
And then, the bitterness. I've worked so hard. He has worked so hard. He has saved, and then he sells everything just to buy me. You
Mhm.
know,
But
he
I
will
think
be
Kabi,
bitter, and his
yeah.
parents will be. He might be willing because he
Mm-hmm.
wants me, but
Yeah.
his family will feel, Aish, what do you think you are bringing to the table? Like, what am I bringing to the table?
Yeah.
you know
Mhm.
and they will be bitter. I will not be peaceful in that family. My kids will not be peaceful. So
Yeah.
for me, I think, if he has, it's okay. But if he doesn't have, we better start small.
Yeah.
uh, my parents will be understanding, because I don't want to be treated like a property in by
Yeah.
my in-laws.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also looking out for my kids' future. I don't want my kids to come to an empty house just because the dowry was given to my parents. And I have no inheritance in the dowry.
Yeah.
It is paid to my parents, so I'm not gaining anything in the dowry. And here I have kids to raise. I'll be a property. I want to be free. If I want to go, I can go. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be tied to something that if you go, you will have to bring back my dowry.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, I
Me, I
want to be
think,
a free person.
I think it's not like they usually consider also the background,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
you cannot find that maybe somebody is coming from a small background and then you start asking for like 500,000 shillings. That one is not possible. I think they consider the background. And also, me on my side, we with my partner, what we could do, see, we know that one day he needs to come and visit my parents. So we plan together. We put this money together, we join together. So we go together saying to our parents, like to my parents, thank you, thank you. Not only him that is saying thank you for raising my wife, but I'm also saying thank you for raising me. Like we do this thing together. Like inakuwa 50-50,
Eh,
but that will be between us without our family
dawari,
knowing.
dawari
Huh?
nayo CGDP.
If he
I'm
does
not
not
paying
have,
my
he
dowry.
he
No,
can
he
help
knows he
out.
want to marry. He wants to marry. Let him pay
Eh?
whatever he has and take. But I'm not helping him in the dowry. What I will help is that I will talk
Huh?
to my parents not to overdo it. But I'm
Okay.
not paying. I'm not paying for my dowry. I don't want somebody to come and say you even
Mm,
paid for yourself. Do you think I would have bought you? Do you
mm.
think I would have paid if you didn't pay?
Yeah.
So
Wait first,
no
before we
dowry. I'm
continue,
not paying.
let me read some text here. Before I read about Lobito, Roslyn, welcome. Thank you for joining. And also Joy and Raquel, thank you very much. Zainab, thank you, welcome. Tyron, thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to put thumbs up. And also, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Queenette, thank you. Welcome to our live stream.
Hi,
So, hi, Queenette. How does it
quite
go
coordinated.
in Nigeria about the dowry? What is a woman equivalent to?
Things, so many things. One of the practices was when I was getting had to do
Queenette, your internet
states
is
here
not
in
okay.
Nigeria.
Yeah, she's
What about
getting.
now?
She's dropping.
Your internet is not okay. We are not hearing you properly. Right now, try and speak. Hello?
We just leave.
Yeah, I think she's breaking. Lobito
Yeah.
is saying, I don't want to be purchased. Lobito, nobody is purchasing you, but some men will say that way, especially when you argue. Oh, unajua nilikutolea mahari ya pesa ngapi?
Whenever you have
Yeah,
an argument, you will be
yeah.
reminded of that dowry.
Mm,
Yeah, the reason I'm saying this is because I've seen a girl who has been hated so much by the in-laws
yeah,
just because the parents demanded a lot
yeah.
in those dowry negotiations. So the
Mm,
in-laws feels like why like we don't have that much. We have to sell everything just to pay
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Lobito
if
is saying,
hajiwezi, mhm.
mm-hmm. I've highlighted her text that her brother paid almost 1 million. What?
For dowry. Okay, if
Yeah.
he can afford, it's okay. It's even 2 million, whatever amount he can afford. Actually, I've seen a comment that one goat is 7,000. 7,000 times 99, that is
Mhm.
693,000.
Oh, that
Mm-hmm.
is good.
If he can afford, let him pay. Why not? I wouldn't be like my parents not to be given. No, let them enjoy the fruits of
Yeah.
their labor. But if he cannot afford,
Mhm.
we wouldn't sweat it out. We just go with what we can afford.
Lavito, ati Jane, me, I will stand for my man. Why sell me? Kwani sitakikani home. He's not selling you. Aki Lavito, stop with the mentality of selling. I think it's just appreciation to your parents. Ah, look at this one, Tabi. It's not
Mhm.
parents who decide, they are elders who decide. True. Your parents might say they don't want anything or they just want a specific amount, but you find there are those two aunties and to uncle from nowhere.
But who
Say
invites these
and
elders?
start,
It's your
uh,
parents. These
yeah,
elders are
but
being invited by your parents. So your parents have a say in it. They can say these people are like this and this, so you should have a limit.
mm-hmm,
What I can, okay, for me, like the lady, you can't decide.
yeah,
But for the parents, you can talk to them and those elders. Like you can tell your parents how you are, what you can afford, so that
yeah,
they can talk. There's no need of going to shame you in front of,
yeah,
like in front of everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lobito has said, I'm for free, but ensure you will treat me like the baby girl I am, because my dad never raised his hand to punch me. It's true.
Yeah, true, true.
Me, I'm against first men who beat their women.
Yeah, it's not
That,
good.
that
Oh,
one
he
is
can.
not good.
Mm.
Uh, Queenette has said, that is in Nigeria. I was going to say, in my tribe, the groom will buy two goats. Whichever one gives birth first, if it's a female, then you will deliver a female as your first child, and it worked for her. Eh? Okay, that's a new one. Mm,
Whichever gives birth first,
yeah. If it gives birth to a female, she's going to get a female. If it gives birth to a male, she's
you
going to
would
get
give
a
birth
male.
to a male. So their dowry is only two goats.
Mm,
Eh?
yeah, only two
And
goats.
here you are saying that 99 goats is
Yeah,
cheap.
99. Me, Kikuyu, what? Rosaline, if you're still in the house, tell us. Uh, Tyron has said, great convo, ladies. Zaina, yes, some, whenever you have argument, you'll be remembered the dowry. Yeah, they will remind you.
My friend told me that in their community,
Hmm?
the dowry negotiations, they have to cook for them. They have to
Yeah,
cook for them. They
yeah.
eat, and each one will carry a cooked chicken, one full chicken. They eat and
Oh,
carry. Then imagine if you
mhm.
have 10 guests and each has to eat and carry each a full chicken.
Which community is that one?
The Luya.
Oh,
Also,
I
if
just
your
in the
if
house.
your
Yeah,
your husband has not paid for dowry, he
yeah.
cannot shake your mom. He cannot see your mom. He's not allowed to see your mom. If you visit, your mom has to hide, and they can never
Uh-uh.
shake hands until he pays dowry. No, they don't shake hands. The in-laws,
Okay,
the my husband cannot shake my mom's hand.
okay.
Yeah, and before he pays dowry, he cannot even see her. Now, when he
Oh,
pays, that's when he
yeah.
can see her, but not shaking hands.
Oh,
Also, he
Rosaline is
cannot
saying,
sleep in our
okay.
place.
Oh, Rosaline is saying, for me, I can say if someone has money and wants to pamper my parents, why not? However, I will not let him break his back for that. True. If he's able to do it, then okay. Mm. If not, I think this also depends with the parents. Kwa sababu there are those parents who are so tough and they're in this traditional till today, but majority I think it has changed. Some will understand, but hakukosangi wale.
But Robito is saying, what if you get paid for and the man starts to beat you? How would you consider that? Why should he beat you? Why? Whether he has paid or not paid, why should he
It's not
beat you?
allowed.
Who
It's
will
not
beat
good.
him when he makes a mistake? A man should never beat you. You are in a, like, it's a love relationship. It's not even a, like, are you in taekwondo? It's a love
Mhm.
relationship. Why should he beat you?
Yeah.
No, he shouldn't beat you. The moment he starts fighting, it becomes a toxic relationship. You shouldn't even stay there. What if you get killed?
No matter whether you're dating or not, or whether you're married, I don't think a man has a right to beat the woman
No,
at any given time.
no,
Mm.
that's not allowed.
I wish for a
Okay.
time that it will be adapted also in Africa, the way Europeans are. Here in Germany, you cannot lay your hands on a woman.
But these
That
days,
is
men don't beat women so much like it was those days. Do they still beat?
yes,
Me, I
they
see these days
kill.
people are more educated, women are more empowered. Why would you stay when you're being beaten?
They still beat and even kill. You've not
Yeah, I
had
hear
cases
those cases, but
where a man
why?
kills the wife, the children, and then he kills himself.
But that's why I say, for me as a woman,
Mhm.
empower yourself, because when you are so dependent on the man to be the sole
Mhm.
source of bread, like to be the breadwinner, you
Yeah,
stay because you cannot afford to, like, you cannot afford to take care of yourself and your children.
yeah,
So because you're depending on him, you end up staying
yeah.
and suffering for the sake. You say, I'm staying for the kids. If I go, how will I take care of my children? How will I take my kids to school? Such things. But if you're empowered, you can take care of yourself. You have something going for yourself. Even he will respect you because you have something you're bringing on the table. If you cannot appreciate what you're bringing on the table, let him eat alone. But you don't have to suffer because of anything, nothing. Don't depend on these people so much. Be a little empowered. Do something, try something that is bringing even a little on the table, because the moment you are totally dependent on a man, that's where disrespect begins. But still there is those who are working and still being disrespected, but it shouldn't happen. If you know your
Mhm.
value, it shouldn't happen.
True. Roslina said, you as a lady, you should know your man's financial ability and stand by him. Yes. So I've seen somebody new in the house. Estelle family, welcome so much. Let me continue reading the comments. Lobito, two goats where? I wanna get married there. Ah, Nigeria, two goats.
Nigeria.
Okay. Well, boy, Jenna said parents are not supposed to negotiate. Yes. Uh, Roslyn, Lobito, a man who wants to beat you will beat you whether he has paid dowry or not. True. That's what I'm saying. No one has the right, no man has the right to beat a woman, whether you are married to that woman or she's your girlfriend. But that one is not good. I hope they will adapt one day how Europe is, especially
It's
Germany.
with the
Beating a
women.
woman.
It's with the
Eh?
women to stand for ourselves. If we
Eh?
all say, like, if you say you are not going to hit me, I can take care of myself. If
Mhm.
that's what you think, that I will stay, you will hit me, I will stay because I'm dependent on you, then
Mhm.
to hell with whatever you are giving me. If they see
Uh,
that trend, women are like, they are not accepting disrespect, they will
yeah.
change. But if we continue accepting disrespect, they will not change.
Mm.
Yeah, the moment you accept that kind of disrespect, it will go on and on, and it will be handed over even to your kids, because they will say, even my dad used to do like this. Even my mom stayed and she was being treated like that.
Tabi,
You will not.
Tabi,
Hmm?
your voice has an echo.
Guy, how about now?
Even now, there's that sound that is uh coming. I don't know why. It's like shh.
Ah, what should I do now? I don't know.
Able check your audio, your mic.
Because
Mhm. I don't know why it is removing that sound. Are you guys also hearing the same sound? Mhm. Are you guys hearing the same sound, or it is on my side so that I can know? Please tell us as I continue to read here. Mm. Quinetta said, not only two goats and many other expensive items. I'm just pointing out one of the superstitious practices during traditional wedding. Okay. Roslyn has said, how si Waluya wa kwetu waki.
she told me Luyas are different,
Mm,
wako tofauti tofauti, but for her
mm,
she's from Bunyole.
mm.
Yeah,
Guys, please tell me about the sound. If you can hear some sound on Tabi's side or it is on
I
my
still
side.
have the echo.
Yeah.
Guy, what will I
Mm,
do now?
I don't know if it is on my side. Mm.
I've
Can you
checked my
guys hear the
microphone.
echo? Can you hear any echo? Let me check.
Habib the Bantu, mnakaa tu hapo hapo kwa hiyo kiti, hiyo tent ya white.
Yes, it was on my side. Mm. Jenna said, plus if you broke something from your mother's house, it's added to the dowry. Eh? So, Lobito, Roslyn, I grew up in a community where women are never considered, and at the same time, they have no voice. But I thank my dad, he taught me to stand up for myself and speak my mind. That is good.
That's good.
Mm. There's
Women
somebody.
are never considered up to date or in the tradition.
Mm. Habib the Bantu, wageni tunakaa wapi huku hawayuni? Hawayuni, very much welcome. Please don't forget to put thumbs up and subscribe because I've seen you're new to my house. Zaina has said, empowered or not, there are women who are empowered but still disrespectful or beaten by the man. True. Women
True,
battering,
yeah.
it's still so bad.
It's bad, but if you accept it, it continues. If you don't
Yeah,
accept it, it stops. Like it's
yeah.
on you.
Mm.
It's on you to know your value.
Yeah, the echo was on my side. Sorry.
It was on your side.
Yeah, I've corrected that.
Mm.
So I wanted Rosaline to tell us there's somewhere where I've read during this marriage ceremony. I don't know if she's Luo. For Luo, it's called Aye. So during this ceremony, there is the kidnapping of a bride. So the bride is kidnapped by the relatives of the groom.
Mm-hmm.
So when she's being kidnapped, but the bride's relatives counter to make it difficult for the groom to take the lady away.
Mm-hmm.
So if the girl refuses to get married, if she does not want that union, there is something that the girl usually does, that she goes on top of a termite hill, crying and shouting. I don't know if that still happens. That shows that she has refused the union. So the man has to beg again and question the lady what is wrong, why she has refused.
Mm-hmm.
If they settle the issue, then they can get married. If they don't settle the issue, there is no marriage. But this shame that the woman screamed and everything will still follow her. That will remain something they'll be talking about. So I don't know if that is true or not.
In the Luya.
Me, I saw Rosaline. I read somewhere. I had to check. That one is for the Luo.
Mm.
That used to happen. I don't know if that is happening right now.
Rosidin anasema hizo ajui.
Deborah, welcome.
Yeah,
Sorry.
some cultures we really don't know. Me too.
Mhm.
Some things I don't know.
Even me, I'm not sure, Rosaline. I just read somewhere because I had to prepare. So I read somewhere. That's why I wanted you guys to changia so that you know a
For
bit
us
about
by
your
time.
communities. Yeah,
For us when they go to for the bride for
yeah,
the bride yeah, and they cover or they get some girls, maybe the sisters or age
yeah,
mates with the girl, and they cover all of you from head to toe with the lassos, and
yeah,
then the man will identify you. That one is still done to today, right?
yeah. It's still done.
The,
And if the man fails to identify the wife, there is a fine.
yeah, he has to pay a fine.
Me, I used to hear that long time ago. If the man fails to identify the wife and picks another one, that he'll first get married to that one he has picked.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it
And
is
that's
true or people are just
and
lying.
that's how you
That
lose a
until he finds
husband.
his wife, yeah, until he finds his right wife. I don't know if that is true or not. and
That me, I
and
know he will
during
pay a fine for
yeah,
picking the wrong person.
and also when they are usually coming to negotiate your dowry or
Mhm.
during this traditional wedding, there's when they come, the groom's relatives and all that, and the friends. When they come, they have to sing. There's a song they usually sing outside your gate for
Yeah,
them, for the door to be opened. And
yeah, and if you are late,
yeah, if you are late, you get a fine. And they don't. The bride's relatives usually don't open the door quickly. So you have to sing, and there's some negotiations of money. Aki Kikuyu.
napenda pesa. I love attending those functions. Where I love those functions.
It's usually dramatic first if you have relatives who love money. Me, there was
Yeah,
an
especially
incident
the
where,
aunts,
yeah,
those
there was an
aunts.
incident where the groom was so angry, and he told the bride that there's not going to be any wedding. There will be no wedding because they were asking for too much. He was getting fine after fine. They stayed almost 2 hours outside, and this man was
Even
like, "No, I'm not going to do this."
even opening the bottle tops, the sodas, those
Yeah.
drinks, you have to come with the opener. If you forget it, it's also a fine. I've
Oh,
attended one where they forgot the opener and they were fined. I love attending those things.
there's literally so much drama.
Yeah.
Samuel and Travel, welcome. Welcome. Please share with us from where you come from, the community that you come from. We want to know some of the practices that were done and are still done during marriage ceremonies. Mm. There is a link on top of our chats if you wish to join. Deborah, mostly I've seen you. Welcome. Rosaline, have you gone? You tell us. You told us you don't know. What you're saying is not what you know. We want you to tell us.
Yeah, some are still glued to their culture,
Yeah.
which is okay, but some are so tough. That one of carrying food, each one chicken. Like for us, we invite the whole village.
Mm-hmm.
The whole village has to. She told me that
Yeah.
the uncles to no, the brothers to the groom, they will give the
Mm-hmm.
uncles. They will give my brothers.
Yeah.
They will pay like they will give something to my brothers. They will give to the relatives.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are cooking. Like it's an expensive affair. And I was like, oh my God, will people even get married for real? For us, we invite the whole clan, the whole village will be home, and the groom also will come with a huge number of people, like it's a party to just eat, but people will not have to carry food. For them, they have to.
Yeah.
Unakula, unabeba. You eat and carry.
Mm.
Um,
And then during this session, the groom usually cuts goat meat and then he shares. That's in Kikuyu community. He shares among his relatives and the relatives of the wife. And then this also I've read. I'm a Kikuyu, but I don't know these things. So I read
eh,
somewhere that they usually share the goat's ears. The groom gives the wife a goat ear. That is what they used to do during the traditional time. And then
mhm.
he also eats one side of the ear. Actually, that is to tell you, it's to remind them that they should always listen to each other. I found that
Ah,
this
that's
one.
nice.
So they eat ears. God, yeah.
That's nice. 1 year old, what the ears each eats one.
Everybody eats one.
Mm,
Yeah, it's one goat that is cut, and then the bride eats one, the groom eats one.
mm. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
nice
don't
one.
think they can bear ear. Goat's ears are usually eaten.
See, they are burnt and eaten. See, ni kama yenye the head is chemshwa soup and they eat.
Mhm.
They eat. I think they eat.
Jane Lagat, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Nobito has said, that's the reason why Roslyn said, as a woman, you're supposed to know the financial stability of the person you're getting married to. Yes,
Sure.
true. Mm.
Yeah. If he
Someone,
can't afford,
mm.
dowry, bye bye.
Jane Lagat, what is your take? What is your take on this dowry thing,
Let
or
her
where you
tell us
come
about
from? Yeah.
their tradition, where they come from.
Mm. Please tell us about your tradition. I would very much love to hear that one, and also from Zaina. Mm.
The men also tell us your view. For us, we are ladies. We will say what we love. For you men, what do you like? Wamboy Jane has said. Tell us the difficulties you have on paying dowry.
Yeah.
Ukiitishwa, kuitishwa. How do you feel about it?
Someone, would you personally do it? Also, Tyrone, would you do that? Until a bit of my bro was fine until he felt like crying. Yeah, they fine you for no reason. When you get late, fine. If you choose the wrong wife when they are playing those games, you get a fine.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's why it's good to talk to your parents as a lady. You stand with him, you explain to
Yeah.
them the financial stability of your man, because
Mm-hmm.
imagine he feels that way
Yeah.
and the in-laws feels that it's too much. Tell
Yeah.
me how you will go and live in that house. It will become now your home.
Yeah.
How will you now feel live comfortably with them when you've drained them of their finances? Of course, you will not be appreciated unless obviously there is something that you're also bringing to the table that they feel, at
Mm-hmm.
least we can overlook this, you know.
Yeah.
But if you are bringing nothing and your family is there asking, fining and everything, and they leave your home bitter,
Yeah.
you will have issues. Obviously, you will go to have issues in your in your new home, because now it becomes your home for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And another one was that during this marriage ceremony, the day actually, that the bride is supposed to polish the shoes of the husband, to cut the nails of the husband, to comb his hair, and then he's supposed to be given porridge. The wife is supposed to give the husband porridge to drink, and at first the husband is supposed to refuse, and then later he accepts. I don't know if they're still doing those things, but I've seen with Kikuyu not so much has changed. Some are still doing this traditional stuff, even with the games and everything.
Yeah, when it's a
Mm.
traditional wedding, it's a traditional wedding. They still do that.
Yeah. Atuwamoite Lobito. Another one was fined until he disappeared. Yeah, they usually run away. Mm. If you do
It's
too much
bad.
of this, they go. It goes to an extreme. First, the relatives. Oh, there are these uncles and aunties. Uh-uh.
It's
Mm.
bad. You better talk to them before
Yeah.
and explain. You are being counted. They count from the day you are born. Whatever you've used, you've consumed, the food, the education, the clothes, everything. Like the
Mm.
boy came from up and just grew. They're unfair.
That is so unfair. Let me read this. There's a man's point of view from Tyrone.
If I say she have all the characteristics I personally need in a housewife and make a good partner, yes, I would pay what I can.
That
Yeah,
one is
it's paying
nice.
what you can for you. But these people here who are demanding, they are not asking you for what you can. They asking what they want.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You will pay what you can, but these people don't want to understand if you can or cannot. They are
Mm.
demanding, and demanding.
Another one. Honestly, these are practices that we do not need to teach our children anymore. They are based on olden days beliefs. Now we are more civilized. Most importantly, the couple should be happily married. Yeah. Me, I think these are practices are kitambo.
Mhm.
But
You
as long
say that kitambo, but when you go to those if
the
you go
problem.
to the villages, you are going to take those dowries. They remember them. They
Mm,
want to fall back to them, because we still have our grandparents back home, and
it's
those
hard.
old people will be the
Mm,
elders, so they
yeah,
will
it's
still
hard.
be following until when that pace is like they are gone and now we are the grandparents.
Yeah.
Then it can be, but as long as we have our grandparents still back and our uncles, those old men and women back there, and they are the ones going to negotiate those dowries, they will not understand that we are now civilized. You have, like, we the girls who are
Mm-hmm,
going to be given that dowry, we have to really, like, instill that civilization and tell them no, it's no longer like that, because I also want to live, I also want to have a good foundation for my marriage.
mm-hmm,
You have, like, to talk to them before those negotiations comes. Otherwise, if you just let them go their traditional route, it will
mm-hmm.
be tough on you. But when we become grandparents,
Yeah.
yeah, it will be something different. But as long as it's now, our grandparents are still there and they are
Yeah.
still demanding what is traditionally has to be demanded. then
Mm-hmm.
we still have a lot to do.
So I've pinned the link. Samuel, I've pinned the link. I've seen Samuel asking for the link. Jane has said, I'm a mix of three cultures, but I think it's almost the same. I think fines are some kind of fun, but the dowry is also a negotiation between the families. Both families at least meet each other halfway. Yeah. At long last, they come to a conclusion. Some do. We have a guest. Let me see. Samuel.
Hey,
Welcome,
hello, hello.
Samuel.
Good, I'm good, I'm good. This is a very hot topic you're discussing.
Want to hear from you, men. What will you do personally?
I'm reading the comments here, and
Mhm.
I'm trying to keep up with the comment. You continue talking, and then I'll come in and see where I'm going
Okay.
to pick up from. I'm
Hi.
writing down the questions that have been asked over here.
Okay. Tabi, read that one from Tyrone.
If they are demanding a specific price, I would run as fast as I can, as far away as I can from that woman respect free. Tyron
Let,
will
let, let me
murife.
let me let me say something about what Tyrone has spoken about.
Yeah.
Uh, in the recent past, or maybe in the future, like marriages has become like a business for the parents. I
Yeah.
think you
Yeah.
understand what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
sometimes you may go to like in Kikuyu, whereby a man goes to the women's side parents, that is, they call it kumenyamusie, if you
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
when they go to do the kuhandaidhigi, now that's when the groom declares the intentions he has to the bride. And that's
Yeah.
when the uncles of the bride puts down the amount of money the groom has to pay, and
Yeah.
that's when it becomes very difficult. Unaanza, maybe they start counting sheep, goats, and it amounts maybe to millions of cash,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the parents start telling you, she went to college, she did this, she did this, she did this, she did this, all those nonsense. And you end up paying a huge amount of money which you didn't expect, as if you're going to pay and then you will not have a life with that person. It's like you have bought, and then what next? You have a life to live. So you're not
Yeah.
going to trust, you ain't going to trust this family. And when you marry from a certain family, it definitely means that you have married the entire family. Because like if the sister had a brother who is not yet in school, who is going to pay for that? If the
You are
family
required
has
to
some,
keep.
if the family has some maybe problems and you have money, who is going to pay that? So it has become like a business. If you get that's why like these days the parents are encouraging their daughters to be married to the 1% of the rich people, because they want to like to extort money from those people,
It's a cash cow.
yeah.
Having a daughter is a
So
cash
we
cow.
we have become like 80, like they think like, okay, you have come to marry our daughter, so you are our ATM. So anytime we just think of pressing and withdrawing like 100,000, yes, it's a phone call away. We need 100,000. Can you do it's become a business. It has become
Yeah.
challenge, man. So
True.
But
It's so
if
I
you
think
want peace,
we girls
if
should work on that.
if men want peace, if someone asks you for a huge amount of money that you're not going to get,
run.
please run.
Morife. Morife.
Murife, run. Tyrone, hey.
But now,
Say
if you keep
run.
running, if you keep running, will you
But
remain single? Who will marry us and who will you marry?
then tell you, okay, there are these standards that you ladies have set, like this is the amount of money that is going to be my bride price. Who is going to, like, for me, if you tell me like you want a bride price of maybe 3 million, damn girl, that is a whole acre, man. That is a whole
Yeah.
investment.
Roslina said, I don't think I can allow my people to harass my man in the name of dowry. Me too.
Sure, me too.
Some of them
Because
they do,
they
some of
have
them they
lived their
do,
life.
Mm.
some of them
They
they
have
do.
lived. Yeah, yeah.
Because when we met, they were not there.
Yeah,
They have
So,
lived their life. Now I'm going to start my own life.
yeah.
And now if they take all the money from us, where am I going to start? Where is my foundation?
Mm.
that is the point I was coming to. That's the something I've already said, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Mhm.
Tyrone, if they are demanding, then I can trust them, and I do not believe it's genuine. So I wouldn't want to be involved. Yes, run, Tyrone. Lupita said, we went
Tyrone,
to Eastern for an introduction, and it was the same day that my brother decided to pay the dowry. So we were asked to cook, and I mistakenly tasted the meat. Mimi kama chef, but boom, bro got fined. Huh?
Guy. So how do you go to cook at your in-laws? And it's the dowry. Which community? Where? Mambo huku.
Then they
Do you go to cook or you go as guests and you find food that is already cooked for
yeah,
you?
my okay, host,
yeah.
host. You
Mm-hmm.
can try to minimize the display of the comments if you can see it
Uh-huh.
somewhere.
Should
Yeah,
I
so
go
that
buy banners?
yeah, the banners, and then you'll see the sizes.
That size is okay? Oh,
Another one, look for another one, a smaller one at least.
oh. I hope like this one is okay. Let me try. Like that?
Yeah, that one is a bit okay. That's one a
Okay.
bit okay. So I'm reading the comments and they are coming hard.
Let me just stop tasting food. So we were asking, how comes you went and cooked? I think normally it's usually the bride's relatives who usually cook, and then the groom goes as a guest. They find already food.
Yeah,
Or
but in some, I don't know, maybe in, okay, I think it depends with the family sometimes,
yeah.
or maybe it might not
Mm,
depend depends with the family. You might go to a family and then you find like the food has already been prepared and you're all the guests. Others, maybe
mhm.
the family you'll go, they will want you as maybe as the bride to cook for the groom's parents, and you're to see how you're going to be doing these things for your husband when you get married. I think it
Yeah.
all depends with the family, maybe the family setting sometimes maybe.
Hey, this one is a tough one, Roslyn. For us, these traditions ended with a few generations back. If you see those who are still practicing, then you, as the lady, you are allowing it. It's not
Yeah,
sometimes the lady is allowing, sometimes it's the pressure from the relatives and
but
to show
you
yourself.
as a lady, you have to talk to them because
Mhm.
it's your future. It's the foundation of your future that you are laying. Now, like I said, if you bring too much pressure, how are
Yeah,
you going to start your life in that marriage? First of all, the bitterness from the man
he will always be
together with
bitter.
the parents. Where?
Hmm?
How will you survive there? Kidogo kidogo, he will divorce you and he will ask for his dowry.
Yeah, back.
Will they afford to give back that money?
Yes, okay. Can you, what were you saying? There's something that you have said and I didn't get it right.
I was saying that according to Roslyn, she's saying that I was saying that what if the relatives are the ones who usually, most of the time, they're the ones who usually give a lot of pressure. Hata see the
Yeah.
parents, this to uncles and to aunties.
Yeah, you know,
Mm?
it's the uncles, it's the grandparents, and
Mm-hmm.
more so the uncles are the ones who decide the
Yeah,
amount of bride price that your groom is going to pay. It's not your parents, it's the uncles. It's the uncles. That's why
Can't my
you find
parents say
out,
anything?
yeah, they have the say, but like in Kikuyu cultural practice or those things, why do you think uncles are more considered the most important family members in a family settings, especially
I
when it
don't,
comes to functions?
I don't know.
Uncles are considered the biggest contributors of the family settings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that I came to learn. Like more like maybe host, you are from which side are you from?
I'm from Kikuyu,
And
from there.
the other
Also the
lady,
same.
yes.
Yeah,
Me too.
what what is your name? I didn't ask your name, I'm sorry.
Tabi.
Tabi.
Yeah,
Like maybe Tabi and Puriville, like maybe when you maybe like you want to do something that is culturally ingrained in the Kikuyu society.
yeah.
Sometimes you find your mother telling you, go ask your uncle. Have you ever encountered something like that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, like especially the first brothers to either your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that 97% contributes to your bride price, to what is the to the setting of your bride price. They will console as a family, but who comes
Mm-hmm.
with the final decision? It's either your uncle or your
Mm-hmm.
grandpa. Yeah,
Mm.
that is it. That is it.
Well,
So sometimes you may feel like you are the one who is giving the all the pressure to your groom, but
Yeah,
all the pressure is coming from your grandpa or
yeah,
your uncle. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
and
how
the
it works.
uncles.
Yeah, and the aunties, yeah, well,
They're
The
trouble. They're
aunties,
trouble. They come to
especially at the
destroy.
gate.
Me, I don't
the
think I can
Especially
aunties.
at the
tolerate
gate.
that. I don't think I can tolerate that. Ati, they are at my groom. My husband is at the gate, and they're trying to come inside, and then they start their
That day
drama.
you have no say, let me tell you. I've attended one where we were locked for hours because we were late. And the girl has no say. And even the groom knows that the girl has no say in the negotiations.
What if he leaves?
It
He
even
decides to
rained
leave
on us,
the.
and we are still there singing and singing all the songs until
Mm,
until we've run out of songs. Yeah, those people are no
Let
jokers.
me let Roslyn, let me answer you that question. Like, if your family is that is the it still holds the tradition setting of marriage.
mm-hmm,
If you as a woman you decide to go away with the man and the man has not yet paid the full bride price, or maybe he has not put some down payment on your bride price, and you decide just to be a hot-headed and go with him, you are going to become an outcast, and they will consider you like you're bringing like
Yeah.
disgrace to that family. That's anyway. These family settings sometimes are crazy, man.
mm.
Yeah.
Zaina has said, me, I will not allow anyone harass my man all in the name of dowry. And I'm not into cultural beliefs. So if they want to do business with me, never shame me. Will I allow that? Zaina has refused. Mary
Yeah,
Juliana TV, welcome.
okay, Nene, Chubby and Puriville, the
Yeah,
thing is, if you love your man and you
yeah,
want to start a good future with him, like right now, you have a say, right?
yeah,
And you can decide to tell your father and mother or your uncles and your aunties, like,
yeah,
yes, I want to start a future with this person. It's up to you to stand your ground and say, if this
yes,
is the amount of money this person has, please, can you take this? Because if you continue pressuring this person, he will, like, at one point maybe I'll be tired and I will not want to continue that relationship because I'm
yeah,
getting too much pressure from your family sides.
Yeah.
And and remember, if I marry, like, maybe either I'm just putting in quotes, maybe either of you,
mm-hmm,
at one point, at any given time, I'll have to contribute
yeah,
to any functions in your family,
yeah,
right? In case
yeah,
of anything. That is a part of me giving, still giving maybe the bride price, or maybe still
yeah,
paying their bride price, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So like right now, it's up to you as a woman to stand your ground and say, okay, this is the bride price you have set. Yes. Don't you think it's very expensive for this person? Or maybe you will consider, oh, he has money, he has this, he can afford, well and good,
mm,
you know. But
yeah,
if you know your man's pocket, you have to stand your ground and say, okay, this is the amount of money this person can get at this point. So don't try
yeah,
to harass him,
mm,
right?
yeah,
As some,
because
Yeah.
yeah, I feel as a woman right now, you have been given the power. You are requesting for all these equality, all this power, all this. So you
mm-hmm,
have to stand your ground and say this and
Deda
that,
shaja.
right?
mm-hmm,
Nekuwembirege.
mm-hmm,
Deda shaja.
because there is
Nekuwembirege.
still life, there is still life after that. So you
Yeah,
you guys are still going to live together. Me, I don't think I can tolerate that.
yeah. That's why I'm telling you, you have to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how to
So Tyrone has
say.
said marriage is not a business for me. If that's how family treat marriage, then that's not the marriage for me, respectfully. Tyrone,
hundred
some
percent.
families have
Why?
changed.
Why? Like, why do
Mhm.
why do you have to like why do you have to start a family? Like, you're starting a family of your own in debt
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
under pressure.
Yeah.
How are you going to sustain that marriage or that family? How? Can you tell me? You think
Zaina has
this
said,
My
this
battery is running low.
okay. Mm,
Naishughulikia. That's why you see me moving up and down, because I want to get my charger.
okay. So Samuel, again, you are saying something?
I think I had already mentioned. Oh,
Think-
okay. The last statement that I said is that
Yeah.
if you as a woman, you don't support your man when it comes to the paying of bride price, or maybe sitting down with your parents or your fellow clan members and tell
Mm-hmm.
them, okay, this is what my man can afford at this point, and you try to put some sense in their mind and tell them, okay, I know you want the bride price, and this is the amount of bride price that you want, but this is the amount of money that he is able to pay. Don't put so much pressure on him. Like, me as a man, how am I going to start my own family with that pressure? How do you expect me to
Yeah.
run the young family that I'm trying to bring up with the pressure from your family sides? How? Maybe I'll be like, every time I see you, I remember the pressure that I
Yeah.
have to pay your bride price.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? So it will become sometimes difficult, maybe. And maybe that's one contribution that men nowadays they don't wanna get married, they don't wanna have a wife, or maybe they don't want the
Do the
things to do with
dowry thing.
marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the pressure.
The
But
boy has to be there.
through the ladies, it's on them.
Okay. The boy has to be there. But it's not
Okay, we can read the questions. You can read the questions that you are going. So, guys,
so,
you can tell us what your community does on matters concerning to. I think today you are talking about the marriage and
yeah.
those things
Yeah.
and the bride price stuffs. So,
Yeah.
if someone else has another opinion, maybe in the Kamba community, or maybe in the Luya community, or maybe in the Luo community, or maybe in the Kalenjin, or in even the Turkana community, you can share with us, and so that we can be prepared mentally where we are going to get wives, maybe.
Where it's easier to handle. For me, I want the ones that pay a lot of dowry. They don't mind.
That is your opinion.
I wouldn't mind my mom enjoying. I wouldn't mind my parents enjoying, but I would not let them harass him anyway.
Mm,
Wamboi Jane is saying if your mother is not paid dowry, your parents can't enjoy the dowry money. That's very true.
true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what they do? If your mom was married and your dad didn't pay the bride price,
Yeah.
you like, for instance, for me, maybe, for instance, I'm just using you people, the two of you, because you're in the panel. So
Yeah.
if maybe I decide to maybe to take one of you, maybe Tabby, and
Mhm.
maybe your dad didn't pay the bride price.
Yeah.
So me, if I pay the bride price for you, you know that bride price has to be taken to your grandpa first
Yeah.
to buy your mother. You know that's how it operates.
Yeah, that's it.
So your dad and your dad specifically cannot enjoy your bride price before he pays the bride price to your grandpa
Yeah.
from your mom's side. You know,
Yeah,
these
that's
things,
true.
these things are crazy.
They're crazy.
Even
They're too.
parents nowadays, they know that the moment the girls start having boyfriends, the men start like the dad start taking bride place to the mother's side, yeah,
To
before
the
the girl
mother's side.
brings home. Yeah, before the
Yeah.
girl brings home. Even they can
So
talk.
at
If you
at
want to
least
bring
at
bride
least
price,
at least I have people who and some of you, at least you people, you two are understanding things of how they operate.
Mm,
yeah. If I want to bring bride price, I will first talk to my dad, and he will also
Yeah,
first take to my mom before
you
I
are.
bring,
Yes. Before he
so that we
enjoys your
don't have
bride
to take
price, your
whatever.
dad has to
Yeah,
take the
because
bride price to your grandpa
to
from
mom, yeah,
your mom's side.
to
Yeah.
my mom's side. Because if they bring more than he could have taken to my mom, he will not even remove a single coin. All of it will go to my grandpa's side. That's how it is in the Kikuyu community. And if he
Yeah.
eats that price and ignores the fact that he has to pay for my
It
mom
comes
before
with
he takes,
consequences.
yeah, he will be affected. Like he can even lose his life.
Tyrone. Tyrone is getting. Tyrone,
Tylon
come to
is
Kenya.
getting emotional.
Tyrone, come to Kenya and I will teach you all these things.
be careful.
Terina, like, okay, there is someone who says, Terina, sisi huku kwetu kwa Waluya ni wababa wana decide the price.
Ah.
Wababa, right?
Oh.
At at of specific age, of specific age. And okay, let me tell you, Terina. ni wababa, they have to attain a certain age, they have lazima wakuwe wamelipa bride price in full, so they cannot decide your bride
Mhm.
price if they have not paid a full bride price to your mother. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
also this
it's
one
not.
that, okay,
Yeah. Continue.
this one that you cannot, like for example, me, I'm a last born. There is no way
Hmm?
that my bride price can be paid if our firstborn has not been paid bride price. Is that true? Does that still happen? Me, these traditions,
You hear how they say like last born bride price, your last born cannot be brought home if
yeah.
the kama ya first born haijaletwa nyumbani.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
What if she's
So
not married? Like, what if I'm not married and my younger sister wants to
Yeah.
bring, she got somebody? Must I start looking for anybody to bring me bride
I
price?
I think there may be some cultural practices that they are done around there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know those the how the Kikuyu start asking for maybe a certain type of sheep, you know,
Yeah, I've heard that.
like what do they call harika, sijui harika, sijui nini, I can't
Mm.
remember.
The one that cannot even be slaughtered in the homestead, it has to be slaughtered in the bush.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
and it has to be slaughtered in a specific way, in
Mm.
a Kikuyu tradition way. It has,
Yeah.
if it's not slaughtered in that way, that is a waste. And there are
I've
some
heard that
specific,
from my mom's
and there are
side.
some specific parts that are for a woman,
Mhm.
for uncircumcised boys, for circumcised boys, and for ladies, and for men.
I've
So
heard
Interesting.
this,
that.
yeah. Tyrone,
Well,
are you hearing these things?
Tylon here is getting very mad. Don't ask him for something he cannot afford, or you will lose him.
Ati
Do you know
Robito
people
Kenya
forget that it's
question.
about the love, it's not about the
Pay
money?
the bride price, mother.
Roslina said something about Kambas. It's the family of the groom that cooks when they visit the girl's home. Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
really.
That
They
is
have to
that is
come early
true.
and start cooking.
that
Yeah,
one is nice.
the groom side has to come very early.
Mhm,
The funny thing is, the
mhm.
groom's side has to come with their own cooking pots, their own
Ah,
firewood, their own water, everything they have to come with it and prepare food for that homestead, if I'm not wrong. That's
Oh,
how it's done. So if I decide to marry a Kamba and they do the traditional way, me and my family members, we have to
mhm.
carry our own cooking pot, water, firewood, and everything, and go to that
even
homestead and
water.
cook for them. Yes, that's how they do it.
Oh my God.
If I'm wrong, I bet someone to come and differ and
But
tell
it's
me,
a
okay, you are
relief.
wrong here.
Will you take your dirty dishes or you will wash them?
You are
No,
obviously you cannot
with
go.
them.
Obviously you cannot go with dirty
I hate
dishes. Okay,
doing the
there is a question
dishes.
that I have seen. I'm trying to read it.
Mhm.
Are you going to force someone to get? There is a question that I've seen from Robito, and I'm trying to see it. Let me see. Let me see the question. I think. Can you try to highlight it? Question.
Which
After receiving from Robito, Kenya. Question. After receiving the bride price, mothers wako na say. I need to hear from your side.
one? I can't
Does your
see that.
mother has a say
Mm.
when it comes to your bride price? Maybe your mother has received the bride price. Does she has any say in that bride price?
Hmm. I don't.
This one I cannot, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Maybe she has. I'm not sure. I,
Honestly,
I,
Tyra,
I'm not 100%.
my wife is a gift to me from her family. My money is a gift from me to her family. Once you start demanding a price, it's no longer a gift.
Tyrone, you have to pay for the gift. You have to pay for the gift. You
Roslyn, I
know?
think this is so good. Roslyn has said, for them, they don't even care about firstborns. Whoever is ready with her man, let them come. I think that one is good because you'll have to wait.
Yeah, in some communities you have to wait for the, even if the last born has already been married, they have to wait for the bride price from the firstborn, and
Mm-hmm.
then now they can receive the bride price from the secondborn than from on the lastborn. I Some of them operates like that. Some of them say, okay, we don't care. Whoever comes first comes first. Let's go. Let's go.
Roslyn, then your community is so good. Some of us need to wait. Zaina said, if the last born is always seen, what then? You're not getting married as the last born. I have not understood.
You see, Robito has confirmed for us. We went with everything. Mpaka Kiberiti, Akikambas. Yeah, you see,
Why?
yeah, you have to go with everything, everything.
Like if I'm getting married, no, if the guy is from Kamba,
Hmm.
they are coming to my home, they come with everything.
They come with everything.
Ah,
That
it's
is
good.
such
You
a.
know, you know, like in any family setting,
Hmm.
there is the small clans. You know how
Yeah.
they do their things, yeah. So if
Mm.
from my own clan and from your own clan, we have to compromise on things if you're going to marry from a Kamba community, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
So
woods way. Welcome.
you see that he has confirmed for us. I'm
Hmm.
paying for the gift. The money I am offering is my gift. If you are demanding a specific price, not a gift. Tyrone, some African parents, some African communities, they don't
Hmm.
care. They don't give a They don't give a damn. On
Hmm.
my side, the bride price of the first daughter belongs to the dad, whilst the second born belongs to the eldest son. Lobito, can you highlight Lobito's comment? You see, I
Which one?
think the mom he has said, from my side, the bride price of the first daughter belongs to the dad, whereas the second born belongs to the eldest son.
Uh-uh.
Aya Rosalind says, for instance, I am the firstborn. I'm not married. My younger sister are all married. It would have been so unfair for me to keep them waiting indefinitely. What if I never get married?
Yeah.
Rosalind, if your lastborn sister get married and you're not married, they will have to wait. We are talking about the bride price.
But
The
do they really
lastborn
have to
has to
wait? My
wait.
sister has paid and I'm not paid yet.
That's why we are saying it depends with the family right now. Right
Mm.
now things are changing.
Some families have changed.
Yeah, some families has changed. You will find a certain family says, no, we are not going to accept the lastborn's bride price before we receive the firstborn's bride price.
Yeah.
Another family you will say, okay, the lastborn has brought the bride price, we are good. The firstborn has not yet, we are still waiting.
The
I think it
firstborn has
depends.
to allow, to agree. There are
Yeah,
others the firstborn has to agree. You have to seek for her permission to bring the
permission from the
dowry.
firstborn.
Yeah,
Yes.
from the firstborn.
That's why I'm saying it all depends with the family setting
Yeah.
in
Mm.
in the recent era that you're living in right now.
Yeah.
Rosaline, your family setting is so good. These ones, they're modern. Also, Terina. Terina, welcome. I did not welcome you. She's asking Lobito, huko ni wapi? From Wakamba, I think.
Yeah. From
Mm. Tyrone
and
said
um,
respectfully, those are the communities I will not be going to find my wife.
Tyrone, what if you fell in love with one woman from that community? You're going to seize your
Love has no
marriage. Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah, you're going to seize your love journey because you have gotten a wife from maybe a certain uh, community.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone from Jamaica can tell us. The Woods way I think is from Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and decide and tell us how they go about it in their Jamaican culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please tell us. Rosaline,
Yeah,
I
but
thank
you,
God my family is free from all these traditions. They are a burden. I'm happy
Yeah.
for you.
Some
Well,
cultures, but even
mhm.
as Kikuyu, we don't have a lot of those traditions.
No.
Where kuna wengine the traditions are too much.
Mm.
you know like right now the Kikuyu has become so modernized that they have
Yeah, yeah,
abandoned their traditions. You know that?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Woods is from Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Huko kunakuwa na dawali huko majuu.
Hebu
Is there
watuambie
dawali? Roslyn, is it Roslyn?
Woodsway, Woodsway,
Woodsway.
Woodsway.
Okay.
Yeah, can you tell us how they go about it in the US? Maybe we might decide to come and look for wives in the US. But the US women, those women from those side have been become so okay. Let me not say that. Maybe you might think I'm crazy.
You guys here Germans, a German cannot pay dowry for you. Maybe you
Eh,
find that a good German, maybe you find that good one. But they usually tell you it's not allowed, even with their government. They can't. They'll tell you a big no. From the beginning when you meet, they'll tell you, even if you're going to get married, me, I'm not paying for your family anything.
so it's free.
They'll tell you they don't believe in that. They usually say that's a business. They cannot do that unless you find a good German
Who will
that
decide
maybe,
to do it for
yeah,
you?
who will decide to do that and will want to interact with their culture, because they are very few, 10%. Majority
Any
tell you no from the beginning.
yeah, any Filipino in the house to tell us how they do it?
Mhm.
I'm thinking of
Even
going
them,
that
they don't
direction.
pay anything for their women.
Yeah, I don't know. There I think there are some specific things that they take to the girls' side. I can't remember. I can't remember any Filipino in the house to tell us how they do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm trying to read the comments. Let me read comments today. I
Queen
think it is.
Nancy, you've been silent. Speak. What is your take on this dowry thing in your community? How do they do it? We've heard
Waliambiwa
so much from
kusukizia ndani
Lobito, from
vitu
Roslyn.
ni to Android.
Mhm. Lobito said, what if the last born wants to get married at 20 and I'm not ready? Am I going to be an obstacle over her success? To some communities, yes.
To some families, yes. To some
Yeah.
communities, yes.
Mhm.
But you, as the last born, you have to go to ask your firstborn, do you agree? Do you agree, my man, to bring my bride price before you? Also, your firstborn has to play I think, a
Yeah.
role in that. So you also have um, to have a conversation maybe with the big sister, and maybe if she agrees, well and good. If she doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't know how you gonna go about it.
Enda kwa hiyo bag uchukue
Mm.
kingine.
Tyrone said, I wouldn't fall in love with her. I am a practical, logical thinker. I am not
That is going to make me
overtly
broke
emotional
my
to the
home.
point where I make the wrong financial decision for me personally. Aki Tyrone.
I wouldn't
Love
fall in
isn't
love with
going to make me broke and homeless
and
and
homeless.
hungry.
Yes, Tyrone. Yeah, I agree with that. Bro,
It's
even me,
true.
I cannot go breaking my bank, become homeless, become hungry because I just want to free someone's family. Hey!
Mm. Oh my God.
Yeah, that
Tyrone.
that that is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Hata mimi,
Mm.
hey, imagine some other men go to take loans, or maybe they sell their land, the only land they have, just to pay their bride price. And maybe in the future, the wife decide to divorce him, and you have already paid the bride price. You have lost your wife, and you have lost your money and your wealth. Damn, you have gone back to become a homeless person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
so
new
bad.
guest, Nancy. Nancy, are you there?
People get married. How else will they learn? How
Queen
can they
Nancy?
wait
Hi, hi, hi. Can you
Uhita
hear me?
mlango kahora.
Yes, we can hear you, Nancy. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Yani Tyrone hataki kulipa bride price. Tyrone, you don't want to pay people's bride price here.
Tyrone has said
Tylon
no.
with Morifen.
Tyrone will run for your pocket.
Have you seen?
Tyrone is
Have you
like,
seen? Have you seen the comment from Rosaline? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't depend on the community, or it depends with the family setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was arguing open-mindedly, saying sometimes it doesn't depend with the community or the community traditions. It depends with the family setting sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
families are very strict on these things, you know.
Some
Especially,
just.
you know why I'm saying it depends with the family setting.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, maybe your mom, she got married,
Mm-hmm.
and they did it systematically. From the firstborn, she paid the bride price. Secondborn, thirdborn, fourthborn,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
your father also paid the full bride price. And then another character comes in here, and he decides he's not going to pay the bride price.
Yeah, that's where the problem
You
comes
see?
in.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes. The father will be like, wait, I
Two
paid the full
generations.
bride, I paid the bride price for your mom, and now this character don't want to pay the bride price for you. Hell no. Please, hell no.
Some families, I don't know if it's families, like for example, my mom's side, there are two sisters. Her elder sister paid paid in a particular way, particular amount. So my
Mm-hmm.
mom, being the youngest, she had to follow her elder sister. Now me, like us, the children, we also have to follow how
A
my dad
certain
paid
way.
for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And my mom also followed how her sister paid. So that will continue. That will
For
continue,
generations
continue,
for
continue for
yeah,
generations.
that is the specific setting that maybe your great grandpa did.
Yeah.
Or that yeah, that is your family setting procedures. So that's what the daughter to your
So
daughter is going
Tyrone,
to
don't
do.
think you will not pay blind price. We have
Tyrone has said Tyrone has said he is going to
Nancy has
pay.
gone. Huh?
Tyrone has said he is going to pay what he can afford. If
Mm-hmm.
they ask more than that he can afford, that is a business. He ain't
yeah,
going to
yeah,
pay
sure.
that. Tyrone, that is true. You also has you also have to
that is
you
understandable.
yeah, you also have to consider your pocket, man. If you are going to pay everything you have, what are you two going to start a life with? You know?
Guys, we've talked until we've forgotten Nancy was on the panel. She's gone.
Oh,
Nancy, come
Nancy has
back.
gone.
Nancy, come back.
She's back.
Who? Nancy,
Nancy,
how are
welcome.
you?
Put your
Nancy,
photo. How do you hide? I want
Puliville,
to
try
hide
to
too.
minimize. Can you try to minimize the
The
pinning of
words
the
again.
yes,
Oh,
so that people can see even the names of the people who are in the panel?
Yeah.
I don't know how to minimize it.
It's
Let me
okay
try.
like this, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll not be pinning the messages.
No, you can pin maybe after 1 minute or 30 seconds, and then
Yeah, I
you
removed.
pin. Nancy, we want to see you.
She has mute. She's on
Here's
mute.
me. She's on mute. So let
Yeah.
me read the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tyrone Motif. Okay. I'm a retired gangster. I have never been robbed with a gun, so so pretty face and I will not rob me. Bro, Roslyn, the Woodsville, Roslyn, I was still going to get married. I am the baby of the family, and I don't listen to rules that I think is silly. Well and good. Rosalind, some communities will decide to bring a man for you to get married to as if you are lost. Robito, I think now those are the I think those are the those I think those are Indian cultural practices that are still being practiced up to date.
Yeah.
But in African communities, I don't think they still do that. Maybe the parents or maybe your grandpa, maybe they have an eye on someone and they will suggest that someone to you. It's up to you to take the initiative and talk your heart out. If it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
Do those
they have
still
no
work?
power to decide to they have no power to decide to you who you are going to marry. I have literally said, like, maybe your dad or maybe your mom or maybe your sister or maybe your aunties, they might have seen someone who might suit you, right? And
Yeah.
then maybe they decide to tell you, okay, there is someone this and this and this. That's why I've said it's up to you to speak your heart out and to know where your intentions are. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because you cannot force emotions and feelings and things like that. It's not like during the old days whereby if I wanted to marry someone and I have seen them, I have to wait for them when they are going to fetch firewood or maybe they are going to fetch water. I snatch them, go home with them, and then after 2 days, I'm going to tell their dad, I have your daughter. You know?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Sometimes I think they were fun. They were fun, but they were fun because, like, if I have seen someone and I don't want to take the long way or maybe the
It was
procedure,
easier for you. It was
kwa
fun because
mabega
it was
hadi
easier for you.
nyumbani.
It was easier for you to kidnap.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Nancy,
easier. It was
Hello,
easier.
Nancy.
Nancy, we can give you maybe 1 minute to introduce yourself and tell us something about this discussion we are having tonight. Nancy,
oh,
My network is an asshole.
where? Nancy, can you watch? Please. We are where? YT is watching us. YT is listening to what we are saying. Where? Don't where usifanye Pureville pigwe strike kwa hii live.
And the way Tyrone uses those words, I listen and I'm like, God, how are you able to survive in these streets?
Tyrone is a retired gangster. So
Mm. Nancy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please tell us your take on this.
Tell us about your culture.
Oh, okay. I'm from Luo. I'm from the Luo community.
Yeah.
The people from Europe.
From Europe.
Yeah.
Okay. How do
Europe,
you go
Y
about
U
that?
Y U R O P.
Okay. There
Okay.
is a there is a question
Okay.
I have seen. Puriville, can
Yeah.
you pin that question from the Woods way?
That one.
Not that one. There is another
Um.
question he was talking about some gender and things like that.
Oh, I can't see that one. Maybe you read it
Yeah,
loud.
it's go down. The next one from which you have pinned. Yeah, that one. Do they accept some gender marriages in these communities? What will happen if these people want to get married, my friend?
Same
Please
gender.
don't. Please. I know what she. I think I understand where he's coming from. Please,
Here we don't
African
accept.
African values. African values. It's not that something to joke about. That is a
It's
total
an
abomination.
abomination.
That is an abomination. Your family, your clan will disown you. Now they will wash their hands and set you
Mm.
free.
Yeah.
It's even
Just like that.
shameful for you, even for
Very
you
shameful.
yourself. Like, if I had a same gender, a girl I like, how will I even start to introduce her to my family as my life partner? I will do these things will happen out there in the cities, but you can't take them back to your folks
Even in
at
the
home.
no, even in the cities right now,
They do
like in
them
African
hiding.
customs and values, even if you live in the city, they still do check those things. They still go, like, you'll find like a family that has been living in the city. They have raised their kids in the city, but at one point they are still connected to their roots. So those are things that African customs and values, even if or wherever you go in this world, they will still haunt you.
Yeah.
No,
They will
what I
still
meant is
haunt
like,
you.
maybe I will live with a girl, but I can't take her to my mom, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
comfortably
you
take them
can never,
to.
you can never, you can
Yeah,
never. That's an abomination. That is an abomination, and it's not accepted in the African traditions and communities and clan setting and family
yeah.
setting.
Guys, let's give Nancy a chance. Nancy?
Oh, okay. So maybe something concerning the same gender issue that has just cropped up. I
Yeah.
think the fact that as at now we are kind of evolving from traditions and customs and taboos, you find
Yeah.
that there are some families, not all, but there are some families that do accept. I've seen a number of families where people go, like a daughter or a son, go introduce that this is my partner, this, and that, and they embrace
Yeah.
it because
Of
they
the
say
same
that we
gender,
are,
of the same gender, Nancy.
yes,
Some.
and they, I've said some families, and they embrace it. That is the same way you find that we are losing our custom. Each and every day we are kind of losing our custom, you get it? So we
Yeah.
Trying
kind
to
of,
be westernized.
yes, that is it. We are trying to emulate or copy whatever is happening in the Western countries. So you find that people nowadays, they come out and say, I'm this, I'm that. We are embracing the LGBT. Is it LGBT whatever? I
Yeah.
even don't want to
Yeah.
know what it
Wherever
is.
that is.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Samuel,
and
hataki
people as
kuisikia.
at now, they embrace it. Some families,
Yeah.
but not all. They embrace it. So that is it. The same thing. We are losing our culture. So you find that such things happen, and if you have one, you go say, "Mom, Dad, this is my fiance
Yeah.
and we are getting married. And some even do wedding.
Yeah.
It happens.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
some families are still strict. They don't
Yeah.
allow it. But some they allow it. They come out and say, "This is what I'm
Yeah.
doing." Yeah, so that is it about the same gender. Concerning my community, maybe if I get back to the traditional African setup in the
Yeah.
Luo community, when that is the traditional society, when a lady was getting married, you didn't come
Mhm.
home and tell your parents that, "Mom, Dad, I found a man that wants to marry me." No, that used not to happen. First of all, ladies used to get married through, let me say, I know of three ways. The first way is we could have an a go between. I don't know. I know people know a go betweens. A go betweens are the people that they come tell you that I've found a man that is suitable for
Mhm.
you. I know who the man is and such stuff. Then
Yeah.
the same person goes to the man, tells the man, "I've found a lady. The lady is good. I know her character wise." So the person goes between both of you and connects the two of you. That was the first way a lady would get married in the traditional African society. That is the Luos.
Yeah.
The second way was through abduction. A lady would be abducted. You can be abducted on your way to the river. You can be abducted on your way to the market. You can be
Mhm.
abducted on your way to go with the maize. You, uh, Sam, what are you laughing?
Continue, continue.
He
It
loves
was
the
funny.
abducting part.
It was funny because, like, hey, if I see a hot chicken, I
We
okay.
just got
Continue, Nancy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the second way. It's through abduction. So if you are ready for marriage, whichever part that you'll be found, you'll go. So the men will carry you and take you to your new home. And you had no right to say that you don't want the person, you want to go back. And they used to be caned. My friend, you would be caned. If you don't accept, you will face it. You will be
Gali.
beaten thoroughly. Yeah.
oh my god.
The, the other way,
Yeah. Continue, Nancy.
I think I should stop.
No,
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 continue,
continue.
continue, continue, continue. We want to teach these people how our culture is. You know, if we don't
Yeah.
talk about these things, we'll never learn.
Okay, the other way that a lady would get married was when you go, let's say your sister, maybe your sister is married somewhere, you go visit, or maybe you have an aunt who is married somewhere, you go visit the aunt. My friend, you'll go visiting, and that's the way you'll get married. From going for a visit, that's the
Mm-hmm.
same way you won't get back home. So
Oh.
maybe in the village where you went to visit or to pay a visit, there's a man who has seen you. So
Mm.
the man doesn't approach you. The man approaches the person that you went visiting and says that, "I've seen a bird
Mm-hmm.
that is staying with you, and I see that the bird is is kinda, I want the bird, let me just
Feasting.
say so." Yeah, so from that way, negotiations will start
Mm-hmm.
from the both families, and it wasn't you to accept. You would only accept once,
Mm-hmm.
let me say, the man has come to your family, and the man has said, "I want to marry your daughter," such and stuff. That's when you'll be asked, "Okay, Nancy, so and so, do you know the reason as to why so and so is here?" I say, "Yes, I know." "Do you accept?" "Yes, I do," or "I don't." If you don't, you have to give valid reasons. But my friend, the reasons will not count. So you better not say, "I don't." Otherwise, you receive beating.
Aya.
Aya.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah,
Then they
I already talked about that, about the abduction and someone going in between. I did talk about it. I'm
Yeah.
still
Okay.
learning. Okay.
Then
Continue.
okay, during the traditional African society, there was no, that is the Luo side, there was no paying of bride price in form of money. The bride price that would be paid was in form of animal wealth. And they used to be so many. If you try and dig deep to maybe the grandmas that we are having currently who are still alive, you try and ask them that how many cows or goats were paid as your bride wealth, they'll tell you that they paid 20 cows, they paid 30, paid 10. It was so much, 10 and above. You wouldn't find someone, maybe just a few were below 10, but not below 5. But in the era that we are in, you find that people value money more than the animals and all that stuff.
More than
So
the
you find
marriage
that
itself.
more than even the marriage itself. So you find that people like your parents or maybe people who are in charge, they request for money, maybe in expense of even the animal or the wealth. So you find them saying that, oh, I don't have a place for grazing the livestock, just bring me 2 and the rest bring in form of cash. You get it? That's how they usually reason. But in the traditional
Yeah.
African society, there was no money. When bride price is being paid, they bring animals, they bring cows, they bring goats and all that. And I think it was just more of respect. They respect a lady. So you find that it's the men who would sit and negotiate. They say that, oh, but I think in the traditional African society, they wouldn't negotiate as such. They would say, because I fell in love with your daughter, I'd love to bring 20 herds of cattle, because they valued cattle. Remember, in the traditional African society, if you had a lot of cattle, you were rich. So the more, like, there was also like competition sort of thing. So the more cattle one is brought as your bride price, the higher, let me say, or you had more respect. Let me say so. You had more respect. But in the era that we are in, myself, okay, from my own perspective, I'm not yet married, but then I would prefer a situation where my family to be, that is the family from the groom side, and my own family, they sit down and have a talk, a negotiation. They say, this is what we have, and okay, this is what we want, you want, this is what I have, so let's meet in between. Because uh, first of all, we are not yet married. I do not know how this okay, we just hope by the grace of God everything will go well in this until you become broke. Despite the fact that I come from a foot or an arm and a leg, whichever, until you become broke. Despite the fact that I come from let me say a tribe that really they value show off and all that. If your bride is much, you'll be the talk of the village or the talk of town. Well, when you pass by, people's heads have to turn, checking around. They say, "Oh, so and so's daughter, this, that." But then you have to sit down and have a consensus. You come to a consensus. You say, "This is what we have, and this is what we are bringing in as bride price." You find that some people are well off. They pay what they have because they are well off. You don't have to compare. I mean, that's just something that is making people to compete for so much money. There is more of comparison. So and so's daughter got married, and this is the much they paid. So my daughter too, they have to pay this much. That is what is also a factor, is also affecting current marriages during bride price payment. Other factor that they bring in is education. Okay, I don't decline that I'm educated. You sent me to school, you spent your money and all that, but you don't have to put it on on this guy's head as if the guy told
Yeah,
you to educate me.
you destroyed this, you killed one chicken, you did this, you did that. Those things.
Our daughter has a bachelor's degree, our daughter holds a master's degree. Will the master's degree sustain the marriage? Will the bachelor's
That is
sustain the
the
marriage?
question. That is the question.
What if
Nancy, can we see your face?
I'm sleeping?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, beautiful. 1 minute before Nancy, Rosalind has just dropped off and he's saying good night to everyone.
Okay, Roslyn, thank you so much for tuning in. As
And
you go,
also,
thumbs up.
I want you to highlight the Woodsway comments. Can a man get the bride price back if she wants a divorce or something? I will answer that question after Nancy has already finished what she's saying.
Okay, let me look for that.
Nancy, continue.
Oh, okay. Where was I?
You are talking about the if the master's degree is going to sustain the marriage.
Oh, yeah. So I think parents have to be considerate. You consider that it's love that is binding these two people. So consider the opinion. If a guy opts to pay the much that he can, maybe what you've asked for, well and good. But if someone can't reach the level that you've asked for, I think it's better to just have a way of solving the issue. And another thing, I wouldn't also maybe agree with the person like
Wait,
zero,
what?
nothing.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
Some hapo hakuna negotiation, tunakataa kulipa mahari, you refuse
Hapo
to
hapo.
pay.
No, hapo nayo hiyo lazima najua hata kama ulile it's rather you bring chickens, 5 bulls, or maybe as long as you brought something to the ladies side, to the ladies family,
Yeah,
it's also
for some
considered as a
respect.
sign of respect and appreciation, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to lazima utoe mkono wa shukrani kidogo.
Lazima urudishe mkono.
Yeah. Nancy, are you done?
Yeah, so the issue,
Yeah.
let me conclude that the German stuff, or the people from Germany, where Puri was saying
Yeah.
that they don't pay bride price. One, okay, I adore and maybe love interracial relationships and marriages.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these people declining to pay your bride price, if
Mhm.
you decline to pay my bride price,
Amepotea
don't
ama
So
nini?
we're not
We can
hearing.
we didn't hear what you just said,
We have not heard anything.
Nancy.
okay, I've said if you decline to accept my culture
Yeah. Oh, again. Mm.
and pay
Read the
my bride
comments. There are so
price,
much. They will
don't expect me to
overwhelm you.
conform or accept.
Mhm. Try to speak again, Nancy.
Okay, I'm saying if
Nancy,
someone declines, maybe from the another race, declines to maybe pay my bride price, let that person also not expect me, let the person not expect me to embrace his culture because he has declined to embrace my culture. So let him not also expect me to do this, do that. My culture demands that. That is a no, because he from the word go, he refused to embrace mine. And that's why it's called interracial dating. You loved me with my everything from my race. I should love you with
Yeah.
everything from your race. If you refuse
Yeah.
to obey whatever comes from my race, don't expect me to obey whatever your race dictates or
Yeah.
demands.
yeah.
That's true.
Th- that is your point of view. I can't say anything on that. So, but I 50-50 agree on that at one point. I agree with some of the things that you have said. Someone has to compromise and accept what your community or your culture demand or entails. You have to compromise with that. So Nancy, those are very nice comments and very nice ideas you have shared with us. So I want to answer this question from the Woods way. Can a man get his bride price back if she wants to divorce or do something like that? Yeah, at some point it happens. Maybe you have been married for less than maybe 5 years. I think it happens. You as a man, you can demand to get your bride price back, and it is obligated for you. It's obligated for you to get the bride price back. I think if you're married for less than 5 years, and maybe the wife becomes hot-headed, and she decide, okay, you're not good enough for me now. I want to ask for a divorce. That is it. Now, as me as a man, I have to ask for my bride price back. I think I have had something like that from. I was talking to one of my grandpas, and he told me if maybe you are married for less than 5 years, you can ask for your bride price back.
More than 5 years, you cannot ask.
I think for more than 5 years, you cannot ask. Because, like, more
Mm.
than 5 years, you have stayed with that person maybe quite long enough. Maybe.
Mhm.
One of my
Mm.
grandpa told me
There
something
is
like
another
that.
one where I saw a family, like husband, wife, kids involved, they broke up, and the
Mhm.
family of the girl, they did a party like to dissolve that marriage.
Yeah, inaitwa what is it called? That one in Kikuyu, what do they call it? There is a ritual they do.
Mm.
Um, I'm trying to find the right word to say it in my native language. Sijui they say sijui koraga mururu, sijui something like that.
I don't know its name, but I remember there was a party to dissolve a
Yeah, that
marriage that.
to dissolve a marriage so that
Mm,
the woman can be open to another
to
marriage.
another marriage, yeah.
Yeah, there is a ceremony they do. I can't
Mm.
remember the actual name. That's why I need to go back to learning these cultural things, man.
And they were so emotional, like they didn't want to divorce in the first place.
Oh, sorry for them. Yeah, there
There's
is
another
there is
from Woodsway.
Loslane. Oh, same thing here. Do they have a dating app like the US to find people like them? This is such an interesting topic. I'm happy. Do those people have their groups or maybe their app where they meet? I don't know because
Of
I'm not
course,
interested in
Yeah,
knowing
they
these
are
things.
online.
they do.
You
They
know,
do
those
have,
they don't concern me, so I don't know.
but they do have.
Yes, I'm
Olivia,
one.
why
I'm
are you
an
laughing?
African man. No, I'm
Huh?
just laughing because you're an original African man.
This one
Mhm.
is an African man.
Whatever
They
you
do
want to
have those
believe in,
dating
whatever you
apps.
want to love, that is your business. That is not my business. So I'm not going to be
Even these
involved.
days, they are coming out more often. Like you can hear somebody saying they are gay, they are, you know,
Why do I have to go looking
openly.
for why do I have to go looking for someone who looks like me when beautiful ladies like you are here, you know?
So,
Roaming
Lobito,
in the streets, roaming in the street everywhere. Why?
mm,
Why? Sincerely
people,
speaking. That's why Museven said those people, who are those people? They are disgusting. That's what Museveni said.
but everybody has their choice. So, Lobito here said, imagine you're forced to live with someone older than your dad and you end up calling him babe. Oh,
Imagine,
Lobito. Do you know
imagine.
how many women are married to older men? Maybe she's
Yes,
even 20 and the man maybe is 70.
I
I
think
don't
But
want
that
to
is
think
not
I
for
about
see
it.
I
love,
see
it's for
I see
material
those
things.
marriages in the Western in Western what do in the Luya communities in Western sides, right? They happen frequently.
Is it
Cause
for
like
real marriage, like you are in love and you got married, all
no,
it's
no,
arranged?
like you see you as Tabby,
Mm-hmm.
your father decide or your mother decide you're going to be married by some this person. He's very old because maybe he has money or maybe he has um, well-known status maybe in the society. So your mom or your dad want that status to come into you to you
Mm,
to your family side, so they have to say you
yeah.
have to get married to this person. I find those things happen in the Luo and the Luya communities, I think so.
Mm.
Not
But
Cause
only
like,
that,
cause let
only
me
also
finish.
in Europe.
Cause like, let's say Puleville, you are married
Mm-hmm,
to a Luo or Luya community, right?
mm-hmm,
And then your man or your husband dies. So the brother to your husband has to
mm-hmm.
remarry you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're going to be the second, third, or fourth wife. I think that's how they. I don't know if they do it right
inheritance.
now. Yeah,
That is what
inheritance of
used to be
wives.
done.
Yeah, in wife inheritance in Luya and Luo communities. I don't know if they do it like these days. I'm not sure.
Maybe some practice, some maybe don't.
Yeah, some
But
still practice that.
mhm.
I've seen it
Robito,
online.
is marriage by force asking for my peace? No, it's not a force. If you want to get married, well and good. If you don't want to get married, fine. Don't
Nancy
pressure
Maina,
yourself.
welcome. Mm, now,
Purity, I need to leave.
Robito,
uh,
Robito Kenya,
you're
I'm not
leaving.
hot-headed. Robito, I'm not hot-headed.
So Samuel, wait a little bit. Tabia said she needs to leave, so
Okay.
it's okay,
Yeah.
Tabi.
Bye, guys. Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you, Tabi.
I'll think maybe I'll do a live someday.
Yeah, plan a live.
I'm
Okay,
also
We
thinking of
guys.
support
doing a live
you.
stream tomorrow. Tomorrow
Mm.
is my birthday and I have no plans.
Oh, happy birthday! Do a live to
Wow. Happy
celebrate.
birthday in advance.
Yeah, I want to do
I've not been to your channel, but I will come.
please.
No, I have subscribed.
Okay.
Do a
I will
live.
come tomorrow. What time?
Uh, I'm not sure, maybe during the day or maybe during the night. I'm thinking if I'm going to
Oh,
do it during the day, I might go out, maybe do it in the around, maybe in the beach or maybe somewhere. I'm
But
in
during
Mombasa,
the
so
day I cannot make it
yeah,
in the
during the
during
day,
the
evening. You be there in the house where you are
yeah.
right now at
okay, okay,
7, at 8 in the
yeah,
evening.
fine, yeah, fine. I
In
hope I
the
will not be
day I
tipsy.
will be busy. I will be at work.
I hope
Come
I
back.
will not be tipsy at that moment. Okay,
Oh, after celebrating your
but I have no
birthday.
plans. I have no plans. So.
Okay.
I never get to celebrate birthday, so it just passes.
Celebrate
So
will be here.
Happy birthday.
Mhm.
thank
If
you
you'll
so
be in the
much for
night, we
wishing.
will come. But during the day, I can't promise.
It's fine, it's fine. So the Woods Way, okay, Nancy, good night.
It's
No, no,
not
no, I
Nancy,
mean
Tabi.
It's
Tabby,
me
Tabby, Tabby,
going. Nancy,
Tabby,
thank you
Tabby.
for the super chat. I will chat you on IG.
Oh, it's okay. You're welcome.
Thanks so much. Bye, guys.
Tabi
Have
will
a
talk
lovely
in the
night.
background after, or maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow, kindly. I'm going to sleep right now.
Okay. Sweet
Bye,
dreams.
guys. Good night.
Good
Good night.
night. It was nice
Bye.
meeting you.
Nice to see you too. See you tomorrow.
Lobito
I
is
don't
talking of
want,
cards. Have you seen this
I
one?
don't, can you, okay, Puliville,
Yeah.
can you try to play around with the panel setting so that it can look some kind of, yeah, that's a bit nice. And maybe you
Okay.
can rotate. You can rotate your phone so that it can be on a horizontal way.
Oh, I don't know.
No, 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 not like that. Okay, acha ikae tu hivyo, acha ikae tu hivyo. I want to read this comment from the Woods Way. He
Yeah.
says, "Sam, finally I found something you don't know about. What what is it? What is it? What is it? You know, we are still learning. Maybe I might not be knowing everything. So
Sam,
I yes.
okay. My network forcefully removed me, and
Oh,
I came back when you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that in the Luo stroke Luya community, you
mhm.
find that when your husband dies, then it's a
Yeah.
must that the brother has to marry you.
I talked about wife inheritance, but
Yes, that
that's
is it.
I said I'm not sure if they do it in the current era.
Okay. Even in the traditional African society, you find that
Mhm.
it wasn't a must for the brother. It
It
wasn't a
wasn't a
must
must.
for the. It was not a
Okay.
must for the brother to your husband, but
Yeah, to marry you.
whoever where to marry you. But then
Uh-huh.
you were set free to get married to someone within. Is it within the clan? Within
Within
that
the
clan,
clan. Within that
but
clan.
not
Okay.
necessarily the brother to your husband. Only
You
maybe
see.
if the brother to your husband had interest
Mhm.
in you, then it's
Okay.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's then you also had the freedom of finding someone outside, but then you also had the freedom of if staying by yourself. If you find it like you don't want to get remarried to someone, you are
Mm-hmm.
allowed to just stay, but it wasn't a must, not a forceful thing.
Okay.
Okay. So I wasn't wrong. I wasn't right.
That's nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Then
Woodsway, what did you find that I didn't know?
Roma said, I wouldn't want it back. That's why I wouldn't negotiate in the beginning. What I have to offer is I'm not
Is
paying
what
a dollar over. It's many good women to go through, too much to marry one. Hi, Tyron.
you try to get.
Oh, Tyron. That's a hot one.
but I think the issue of bride price is all over Africa, in all the African countries. If
Yeah.
you want to get married to an African, just be ready to go through the negotiations, the bride price, and whatever. That is, if you want to get married to an African lady. It's all over. How many countries that does Africa have? 54, I think
Yeah.
so.
I
It's
think
all over the African countries. So
yeah, it's
that is,
everywhere. Even Queenette had mentioned about it in Nigeria.
yeah,
So,
it's everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah, in Africa, it's part of our culture that a groom has to pay the bride price. It is ingrained in our society, in our communities, for generations, for generations. Tyrone, you have
Hey,
come back. You
peace,
have
peace, bro.
peace. Now you
No,
have
I
come
had to.
to.
No, I had to come because I did not want my comments to sound like I was being an asshole. I definitely understand. I definitely understand y'all coaches, and I definitely respect it. That's why getting to know you guys, and yes, I love the East African culture, right? All of the
Yeah.
tribes. I love
Mhm.
the food, the music, the fashion. I love it all. So I don't want you to think I'm being an asshole. Just
Say,
Tyrone.
traditionally. Oh, I'm
the
sorry
one.
for the cursing. I'm sorry for the cursing. But
Okay.
traditionally, right? I'm not familiar, right, with your customs and traditions.
Yeah.
And I understand why y'all traditions is like that. So I can definitely respect it. It's just that marriage to me is a sacred union between the two, right? And I feel when the community, when the family get involved, it can actually taint that union, that love, that life you're trying to build with your partner, right? Because just because I respect your culture, right, that doesn't mean I have to agree to like accept the customs of it, right? Like I can respect your culture from a distance, right? And if I can't, if I can't,
Tyrone,
if
Tyrone,
yeah, what's up?
let me cut, sorry for cutting you off. Like you see you as a foreigner, you you are an African American
Right,
man. You have been
right,
born and raised in
right.
America. So
Yeah,
there is just a moment,
but that's why I
just a moment.
fully don't understand, right? That's why I don't fully understand because I'm a
Yeah,
foreigner. So
yeah.
I'm
So
so my
for
point of
me,
view isn't from a ill place. It's from a lack of understanding. I don't
Okay.
want you to
yeah,
think, right? It's from a lack, it's not from like I'm not talking from an ill place. It's from a lack
Okay.
of understanding.
yeah. So for me as an African man who has been born and raised here in Africa, at least I know the cultural practices that are practiced in some of the communities. So for me to marry maybe someone from like Nancy, I have to compromise with her low cultural practice, and she has also has to compromise with my Kikuyu
Right,
Yeah.
traditions,
right,
so that we can
right.
lead at the center and come
No,
into
I
agreement.
understand what you're saying. Inside the
Yeah.
comments earlier, I said that I'm a very practical and logical person. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is I would never allow myself to be put in that situation
Yeah.
where I'm sitting at the negotiating table. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
When I meet a woman, right?
Yeah.
And we're friends and we getting to meet each other and I'm courting her and I'm taking her out and I'm getting to know her and she's telling me about her culture and if I see that's what her culture is and I'm not willing to accept it, then I wouldn't try to pursue a marriage with her, right? I don't mind being friends, right? I don't mind being collaborators on YouTube. I don't mind helping you when you need my help. I just wouldn't seek a marriage with you, right? Because
Because
I'm
of
not,
the cultural practices.
yes, because I'm not willing to go through too much with your family. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm saying, but but I understand, right? Like, society over there has been very hard on our people, right? Our people, is born and raised in the slums, and they have very fucking little. So I understand why the bride price is so important for a family. I understand that and I sympathize with that. But I also know what I worked hard for. I also know what I can afford to give, right? Your bride price can't be bigger than my bank account. No
Yeah.
negotiation in the
100%. I
world,
agree with that.
no negotiation in the world would ever make that conversation make sense.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe that my potential wife is a gift to me from her family, right?
Mm.
The money I have to offer is a gift from me to her family.
Right.
Once you start setting specific prices, to me, it's no longer a gift. That's a business
That's
transaction.
a
And
business. You're
and
doing a
that,
business transaction.
yes, and that I can't be a part of, and nothing sacred, not in
Yeah, I agree.
marriage, not in
I
my
agree with
religion,
you.
and right, but that don't mean I don't respect your culture. It just means I'm not willing to be a part of it to that degree. Right? I don't mind celebrating with you if we're friends and there's customs and days of celebration, right? I don't mind helping you or your village in times of need, but I wouldn't go as far as pursuing a marriage with you if I have to go through all of that, respectfully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If his her clan has those in deep rooted cultural practices and values. You
Right.
ain't going to compromise. You have to.
No,
You're
no,
gone.
because for me, I mean, personally, for me, uh, uh, nothing trumps my financial stability. I would never make a decision in life that will hurt me financially.
Yeah.
And that includes love, right?
Yeah.
A marriage isn't going to make me broke, right? I didn't work all these years in my life to straighten my credit, to save this money, to buy this property, only to give it all away to the family of a potential bride. Now I'm starting the beginning of my marriage off with little to nothing. And now I have
Imagine.
to, yeah, no, I'm just not willing to do that. Once again, I'm a very logical, practical thinker, right?
Mhm.
My emotions will never supersede logical thought. It will never
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. That is it.
Tyrone,
That's
let me ask you a question. What
Yes.
if a scenario where uh maybe you get through the girl's family and they throw the ball to you, they ask you, what are you ready to offer? Like, what do you want to offer? Then you say
yes,
what you want
cause
to offer. Then let's say you get to an agreement. Then on the day when supposed to have your traditional wedding, remember there are some families, or let me say there are some tribes here in Kenya where you do two types of wedding: the traditional wedding and the
Yeah.
church wedding. So maybe during the traditional wedding, you we have different types of culture where the girl is wrapped up. You are
Right.
told to identify your wife to be amongst a number of girls. Then if
of the
you
same height.
identify the wrong one, if you identify the wrong one, you have to pay a fine. Will you agree to that?
Time out. I didn't fully get that. Can you please repeat that? I don't want to say yes or no until I.
Can I rephrase it, Nancy?
It's okay.
Tyrone,
Yeah, go
he's
ahead.
asking, like, in our communities, we have
Yeah.
different cultural practices,
All
and
right.
maybe during the traditional wedding ceremony,
All right.
some of the families they cover brides. Let me say brides, because your bride is in that group with lessons. We call them lessons. And then you have to identify your woman amongst the brides. And the moment you identify the wrong bride, you have to pay a fine. Are you going to agree with that?
It all depends on what the fine is. Like, if once again, if you're asking for a specific price, more than likely I'm not going to agree. I'm not with that, right? Now let me say this. Uh let's say
Tyrone, let me tell you
tell me
what
tell,
they
tell
do.
me tell me. Let me say this.
Okay.
This is how much of a good man I am, right? Let's say the family bride price, let's say the family bride price is a whole lot lower than what my initial offer would have been.
Okay.
To me, that shows me that you're genuine and you're not just out for my money. So I would be compelled to give you more than even what I was initially going to give you. Now, if the bride price is too much than what I was initially going to offer, and you're
It's out of
standing
the
on that
table.
price, and you're standing on that price, you don't care about my offer, you want what you want, I respectfully walk away and I do not want to marry her. No hard feelings.
Just like that,
Just like
straightforward.
that. No, we're not going to negotiate this for hours and days. This is literally going to take 30 seconds. I have
Bas, you're
this to
done.
offer. I have this to offer. This is all I have to offer. I love this woman. I can change her life. This is all I have to give this family. If you cannot
Done.
accept this, I respectfully walk away and you and I can be friends. No love
Are you
lost.
not?
You could
Are
call
you
me
not going
tomorrow.
to?
No
Are you
love
not going to
lost. You could
be?
call me. No, I will not try. I do not want to
Tyrone,
marry her. No, I will not
Tyrone,
try. I do not
Tyrone,
want to marry
Tyrone
her.
can
Tyrone,
leave at the altar. Tyrone can leave
Ty-
at the altar.
Go ahead.
Tyrone. Are you not going to consider your woman's feelings and the bond that you have created over maybe the years? Maybe you have dated
Um,
for 5 years,
um,
and now the sixth or the seventh year, that is when
yes,
you're decided to
yes.
do the marriage.
If you're my woman, I'm always going to think about your feelings. But once again, if it comes between my financial stability and anything else on planet Earth, I will always
No
side with my
negotiation.
financial stability. Her emotions, my emotions, her family emotions have nothing to do with it.
Well
Tyrone,
said.
Hey,
Nancy is
Nancy.
asking you.
okay, from your own perspective, what would you consider as the best bride price for your woman or wife to
I
be?
don't. Well, that's an arbitrary question because right now I'm not looking to right. I'm not. I don't have a wife, right? I don't have a family offering me a woman, so I can't say that right now, right? So, and I wouldn't say that publicly. That's something you wouldn't do publicly, right?
Yeah.
Because then I don't know if the next woman that got my attention want me or what I said publicly I have to offer. So that's something I would never say publicly. That's something specifically between me and her family. I would never mention that price in a casual conversation. Never.
Then
But
okay.
what
Well,
what makes it worse is you are a foreigner. So that's worsens the whole situation.
I know, and that's why and that's the number one reason why I'm cautious because me being a foreigner, I'm already coming into the situation expecting to be taken advantage of. I'm already expecting it, right? So, like, if you was to marry a local Kenyan, I'm quite sure his bride price would be a whole lot lower than mine. I'm coming into the situation understanding that already. That's why my negotiation is what it is. No negotiation. Be-
your
because I know
negotiation is
I'm
it what
coming.
it is? There is no negotiation.
Yes, because I know I'm a foreigner and I already know what the expectations might be already for me. I'm walking into the situation knowing that I'm not naive.
You have to be careful with your finances and
All of
everything
that.
that comes in
And
between your
and
finances.
and and you have to understand this. I'm a foreigner from America on the other side of the world. I don't have no family. I don't have no support system. All I have is me and my hustle to make income. If my potential wife and her family cannot respect that, then I don't want nothing to do with them, right? Because all I have over there is me. If I hit rock bottom, I have no one to turn to, right? So if her family cannot respect that, then I don't want to be a part of that family. That's not the family for me.
Yeah. At some point, you don't want to entangle yourself with
Yeah.
family
Yeah,
issues or maybe
exactly.
family financial
Yeah,
instability.
but that's why I wouldn't go through too much because I would respect the family enough not to negotiate and go through all of that, right? I'm not going through that, right? I'm just not, right? I'm on the other side of the world by myself, right? I would love to make her my wife, but listen, I can't give you all I fucking got, and I'm a foreigner in this country here. Like, I just can't. Like, that's like, right? And if you love me, you shouldn't expect that of me, right? You shouldn't expect me to be in this foreign country and give your family everything. And then
Everything.
now, yeah, like you shouldn't expect that of me, right? Like you shouldn't.
Puriville, you see the challenges that we were talking about initially about the bride price being a business.
It's
Right.
a business. It's a business to some families, but some families now they are modern.
Yes,
Not
and
all of them. Yeah.
hey yo, I can definitely respect it, right? And um, if my family um had a bride price, like I would have to respect that custom, right? I would have to respect that if that was a part of my culture here in America, right? And believe it or not, that should be American culture. It should be, right? That's something that should be practiced, right? Make sure the family is all right if they not well off before you take this woman out of the household. A lot comes with that bride price. And the reason why there's a bride price is because in most African cultures, it's the women that do most of the labor. So when that woman is married off and taken out of that household, the other family members in a household have to now pick up the work, right? So I understand the significance of a bride price, right? I really do, right? It's just like it have to be within my financial boundaries, and I can't let no one outside of me set my financial boundaries, regardless of what it is in life.
Guys, I wish
Tyrone.
we could continue. Samuel,
Oh, yes.
I'm about to reach that time where we are not supposed to be making noise here.
Uh-oh.
I have like
Ooh, you
seven
about to get
minutes.
in trouble. Ooh, you in
You're
trouble.
getting.
Yeah,
You're.
Jamani, when it reaches 10 p.m., it should be quiet.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
late.
so someone look for a topic, or we can also continue from mine tomorrow. You say tomorrow you're going to go live.
Yeah, I really need to go live tomorrow, but it's all about maybe celebrating myself. But at least, okay, okay. The reason why I came up to your panel is because this is something that I was still planning to talk about
Yeah.
during my about the
Okay.
African tradition, custom, and stuff. It was among
Yeah.
the topic that I was doing research for or research about.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming up with that topic or one of these Fridays when I'm going to have like 5 or 6 hours topic
Yeah.
live stream.
Yeah. So
But
because
tomorrow
it's a
is
lot to talk
just if
about,
I'm going to go
so
live, it's on. Yeah,
so we can
yeah. I
continue. I
really,
think.
really need. I
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
Mm,
we can talk about it. We exhaust it. We explore it. We do all these things.
Hey, yo,
yeah.
this was a great conversation. I definitely enjoyed this conversation, guys.
I've
This was
also.
wonderful. Yeah, this
Thank
was
you so
At
wonderful.
much.
least, Tyrone, at least you're learning about the African cultural practices. At least if you get away from my region or maybe Nancy's region, you'll know how to go about it.
Yeah.
Right,
Mm.
right.
We are going to give you away from Africa or like from, let's say maybe, let me not be specific.
Hey, yo,
Tyrone,
man.
in the modern world, people are not given wives; they choose for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean like, what?
I
Maybe
like that.
Nancy,
I like
suggestion.
that, Nancy. I like that, Nancy.
I want to thank everybody who came. Anita, thank you so much for coming. Wamboy Jane, thank you. Lobito, thank you. Dear Queenette, thank you so much. Tiny Twist, Resin Creations, thank you so much for coming. Who else came? Roslyn, Family Episodes, thank you so much for coming. Jay and Raquel, thank you. Zaina, who is still here, thank you so much. Tyrone, thank you. Samuel, thank you. Thank you, Queen Nancy. Tabby, thank you. Who else? Have I missed the Woodsway? Thank you. Estelle
Woods
family,
Way.
thank you. Habib the Bantu, he came, I think, and he left, but thank you for coming. Deborah Mosley, thank you too for coming. Is there somebody, Jane is it Langat or Lagat? Thank you for coming. And also Mary Juliana TV, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are so cooperative and so interactive. Terina, thank you so much also for coming. Have I left anybody? No.
So
Thank you
let me
so much.
answer the
And
Woods
my
Way.
panel. Yeah.
Let me answer the Woods way. The Woods way, I don't know, because I'm not interested in meeting whatever you are talking about. So,
Zaina has said yes, it was a great conversation. It's a great one, and I think we are not done. I would love to hear more from Tyrone. Maybe we shall continue with Samuel tomorrow in his live.
Yeah, this
Thank
is
you
a
so
great
much, guys.
conversation.
Yeah, I only have 3 minutes to prepare, so
Robito,
All right. All
we
right. So
leave
I'm
Robito,
gonna
it at
drop
enjoy.
that.
down. Yeah, I'm gonna
Robito
drop down
says,
inside the
enjoy the
comments.
moment, guys, and remind yourself that you matter. Thank you so much for reminding us that. Yes. Yes.
Nice. All
Thank
right.
you. What
Good
were you
night,
saying,
guys. I'm gonna
Tyrone?
drop down in the comments. I'm gonna drop down inside the comments because you're about to end the live, right?
Yeah, I'm about to end because it's 3 minutes. I don't want them to call police for me.
Oh shoot. All right. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe if you have not subscribed.
Of
Nancy,
course.
Tyrone, Samuel, Mob, love. Bye bye.
Love. And people remember to subscribe.